In today's lectures, we will be covering the life reinsurance. Previously, we have seen a general reinsurance, and for this chapter, it is focusing on just a life reinsurance. So we are not looking at the calculations for life reinsurance. It is just the theory on life reinsurance. Okay, so what is life reinsurance basically? So life reinsurance is normally is basically is a long-term contract between the insurer or between the ceding company and the life reinsurer. Why it is a long-term contract? Because it is based on the original insurance contract, life insurance contract. So life insurance contract is a long-term contract. That is why for life reinsurance treaty, it is also arranged on long-term. Okay, and then the cover for or the life reinsurance cover is more common. It's normally arranged on surplus, not based on quota share. It is more common in surplus rather than in quota share. The reason why is because when life reinsurance is arranged on surplus basis, uh, the insurance company is managed to get more capacity if compared to a small capacity which can be arranged through quota share. So it is a question of having more capacity. That is why surplus is more common than quota share for life reinsurance. Number three, non-proportional reinsurance such as excess of loss and catastrophic excess of loss is not common when it comes to life insurance. So it is not commonly used in the case of life reinsurance. Smaller sum insured is more common in life than in general insurance. So in life reinsurance treaty, the basis of sum insured share between the insurer and the reinsurer is normally a small amount of sum insured, which is um, not similar to the case of general reinsurance where the sum insured share is larger than the sum insured share in life reinsurance. So differences between life and general reinsurance. Number one, life reinsurance is long term, it cannot be cancelled. Number two, level annual of premium paid by the insurer to the reinsurer. The premium paid by the insurer to the reinsurer is level, meaning that uh, it is similar from one year to another year because it has a reserve built up from one year to another year. Remember, reserve, what is reserve in life insurance? I hope you can recall it. So from year to year, they're going to be reserve built gradually. And also for life reinsurance, it's spread uneven mortality risk. So there are certain months with higher rate of death, certain months with lower rate of death. So it's spread uneven. This risk of mortality is not level. So the purpose of having life reinsurance is to spread this risk of uneven mortality risk. Number three, varying proportion of protection and saving elements in the different types of life policies. So there are different types of different products when it comes to life insurance. There are basic product, for example, term insurance, it is very basic. There are also products with investment elements in the product, such as endowment and long-term. So there are different types of protection and savings elements when it comes to life insurance. So it will affect the arrangement of the reinsurance. So when we say long term, it has different arrangement of reinsurance. When we talk about endowment, it will have different arrangement of reinsurance. And also when it comes to long term insurance, life insurance contract, it is also having different type of reinsurance arrangement. So the purposes of reinsurance when it comes to life insurance, number one, insurer would like to avoid too large a risk concentration within one company. So the thing is, in life insurance, when it comes to claim, the claim will always be a total loss. Okay, why it is a total loss? Because it is a death claim. Whenever people die, they will make a claim. There is no such thing people die like 50% die or 80% die or 10% die. When it comes to death, it's going to be total loss. So if that, for let's say, for in a month, there are going to be 10,000 numbers of death. it will cause difficulties to the life insurer. Okay, so that is why they need reinsurance cover. Number two is to take advantage of underwriting judgment of the reinsurer. There are certain disease which is not common in that particular country. So that is why to cover that type of disease, that type of health complication problems, sometimes insurer need to get underwriting judgment or underwriting help from the reinsurer, which has more expertise and more experience in handling certain risk of diseases and risk of uh, health problem. Number three, to transfer all or certain classes of substandard risk. So in life insurance, when it comes to life, there are certain number of people with substandard risk. So you know that very well. What is substandard risk? For other people who are smoking, people who have health problem. Okay, those are considered substandard risk which is below normal risk. So insurance need to transfer this type of person with that type of risk to the reinsurer. They need to share the risk. Number four, to reduce the strain on surplus caused by writing new business. So when doing new business in life insurance, the main cost incurred by the insurer is mainly the commission paid to the agent. So this is a cost which the insurer need to pay every time they acquire new business. So insurer need to pay certain amount of commission to the agent. So what happen if without reinsurance, insurer will have to incur more cash. They have to pay to the agent this commission, and this commission is not small, it's big, it's huge. So this commission will cost reduce on their cash. So to share this burden to pay the commission to the agent, insurer will pass this burden to pay the commission. They will share this burden with the reinsurer. Number five, to stabilize overall mortality experience of the ceding company. So we talk about uh, the rate of death. So it's gonna be certain month with higher number of death claims, certain month with lower number of death claims. For example, in season where there are a lot of people die, for example, because of COVID-19, for example, or other diseases. So there are certain months with lower number of death rate because people are healthy. We never know. This is unexpected. So to stabilize this trend, reinsurance is required, required by the insurer. And number six is related to number two, to obtain advice and counseling on underwriting procedures, how to set the premium rates, and different forms to be given or to be made available to the insurer. And this all can be obtained by the reinsurer, from the reinsurer, because the reinsurer, as I mentioned in point number two, they have huge experience in handling different types of life risk. Okay, so the other slide here is normally a repetitive of previous slide, so I will not cover this. So straight away we go into, okay, this is very important. Basis of reinsurance. How reinsurance is arranged for different types of life policies. So if you can recall back the first slide, I mentioned that in life insurance, there are different types of products. There is basic products such as the long-term insurance policy. There are products with investment elements in that policy, such as endowment or long-term. Yeah? There are different types of innovations made by the insurer nowadays when it comes to life insurance products. Okay, so there are different ways to arrange reinsurance for these products. So the two ways is called the original terms or co-insurance plan, and the second way is called risk premium or yearly renewable term plan or risk premium, yearly risk premium. Okay, so we start with original terms. So when it comes to original terms, the basis of reinsurance is normally based on the original contract between the insurer and the insured. So remember that? That is why it is called original terms, because all the terms of the reinsurance contract between the reinsurer and the insurer is based on the original contract itself between the insured and the insurer. So when it comes to premium charged by the reinsurer to the insurer, it is basically the same rate of premium charged by the insurer to the insured. So it is having the same rate of premium. Reinsurer charge the same rate of premium as the insurer charge the same rate of premium to the insured. So it is basically a duplications of contract between the original contract and the reinsurance contract. Okay, reinsurer will be liable for the proportion of the original policy throughout its duration, and reinsurer pay its due share of any claim which might incur. Okay, so they are sharing the risk, they are sharing the premium, they are sharing the claims based on agreed proportion. Okay, based on agreed proportion. It can be based on percentage, based on 60-40 or 50-50, 70-30. It can be in any percentages. So, example, if there is a dividend for that original in the original contract between the insured and the insurer, reinsurer will also have to pay to share the payment of dividend to the insured. So they are following the same rates or the same terms imposed by the original contract. If the original contract mentions that they're going to be dividend paid, they're going to be cash value paid, whatever amount paid by the insurer to the insured will be shared with the reinsurer. So that is why it is called original term. So the product such as term insurance, which is a basic product, is normally reinsured using the original term basis. Why term insurance is arranged on original term? The reason why is because it doesn't have a lot of cash value. Sometimes it has zero cash value, or it could have a minimum amount of cash value. That is why it is convenient to use original terms basis of reinsurance when it comes to term insurance contract. Okay. And the second basis of life insurance is called risk premium. Okay, risk premium is commonly used for products with cash value built in the original contract. So from one year to another year, the cash value or the reserve will increase. It will increase from year 0 to year 1 to year 3 and so on. The reserve of cash value will keep on increasing. Okay? So when it comes to risk premium basis, the ceding company only reinsure the net amount at risk in excess of its retention limit. Okay, net amount at risk, or I call it NAR, net amount risk, NAR. So when it comes to risk premium, the insurance company only reinsure certain portion of the NAR. Okay, let me show you the illustration for that. Okay, here I have in this axis the sum insured, or I call it the face value. So remember, for example, let's say this individual insured himself for 200,000 for the durations of, let's say, 10 years, okay, 10 years contract. So for the first year, for the first day, or 0 here, this is year. When it comes to year 0, there is no cash value at all. Okay, no cash value at all in year 0. But when it comes to year 1, certain amount of cash value will build up in the original contract, and from in year 2 it has this amount of cash value, and on year 3 it has increased to this level, and on year 4 it has increased more to this level. So this shaded area is the accumulated cash value. So cash value is accumulated from one year to another year and will keep on increasing until the end of the contract. So look here, this is the sum insured. The sum insured will never change, okay, or the death benefit. The death benefit will not change. It will stay at 200,000. Let's say this person would like to claim a death benefit of 200,000 in the case of death. So what happened is the cash value keep on increasing and the sum insured is staying the same level. So what happened here, the amount of NAR, which I call net amount of risk, the net amount of risk will keep on decreasing from one year to another year because of the cash value. Look, this is the clear area here is the NAR. So NAR will keep on getting smaller, 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 and smaller from one year to another year because of the accumulated cash value. So that is why net amount of risk, or NAR, is equal to death benefit, for example 200, minus cash value. So NAR at year 0 is 200. NAR at year 1 will reduce a bit. NAR for year 2 will reduce a bit more. Let's say the cash value, for example, let's say the sum insured is 200. In year 1, cash value has accumulated to 5,000. In year 2, it has increased to 10,000. So NAR here refer to the death benefit minus cash value. So NAR in year 1 is 195. NAR in year 2 is 200,000 minus 10,000, 190,000. So the NAR will keep on decreasing and decreasing from one year to another year. Let's say 185 for year 3, and then when it comes to year 4, it reduced more, it reduced down to, let's say, 175. So what happened here is, in yearly renewal, in YRT or risk premium basis of reinsurance, the amount reinsured by the insurer is based on the certain portion of the NAR. Okay, for example, 60% is reinsured. 60% of this will be reinsured. 60% of this will be reinsured. 60% of this will be reinsured. Meaning that the basis of reinsurance is not based on the amount of sum-insured, but the basis of sum-insured is totally based on the NAR, or net amount of risk. Okay, so my battery is quite low. Let me charge it. Give me like 1 minute. Okay, we are back. So this is how reinsurance is arranged on risk premium. It is based on the NAR, not based on the sum insured. Okay. So we go back to PowerPoint slide. Okay, ceding company only reinsure the net amount of risk in excess of its retention limit. As the reserve increases yearly, both the NAR in excess of the retention limit and the amount of reinsurance decrease. Okay, decrease. So amount of reinsured is going to be decreasing from one year to another year because of the cash value. Example, in year 0, amount of reinsurance is based on 200,000. In year 2, amount of reinsurance is no longer based on 200,000 because it has reduced by the cash value. Risk premium rates are determined by the reinsurer and based on suitable mortality rate with loading to cover. So the rate charged, the premium rate charged by the reinsurer to the insurer is a totally rate. It is not based on the original contract. It's a totally different rate charged by the reinsurer to the insurer. And this is based on the mortality rate at the year of cover. The premium rate vary from one year to another year depending on the age. So, reinsurer will look at the age of the insured. From one year to another year, the rate will keep on changing based on age. Premium will be high in the early years and will keep on decreasing during the later years. So premium for the early years of the treaty charged by the reinsurer to the insurer is quite high, but later years, this premium will keep on reducing. Why the premium will keep on reducing? Because of the less or the amount of reinsured is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. That is why the premium charged by the reinsurer to the insurer is becoming less, and less. It is based on the amount of reinsured. And the amount of reinsured is becoming smaller and smaller because of what? Because of the cash value, because of the accumulated cash value. Okay, remember that. So if we compare the two bases of reinsurance, which is original term and risk premium, the risk premium is a permanent contract which cannot be cancelled at the option of either the ceding company or the reinsurer. But under the original term, either party can cancel the contract. So number 2, for risk premium, the insurer will retain the reserve applicable to the whole policy, will retain the miscellaneous profits earned on the life fund, will retain the surrender value, will retain the lapse of the original policy. All this amount is accrued to the insurer. Remember, they are not sharing the reserve. Whatever cash value accumulated, whatever investment fund accumulated from the original policy, all this amount is retained by the insurer. They are not sharing this amount. That is why you look at the concept of NAR, net amount of risk. They are only sharing the net amount of risk. Number 3, under the risk premium, the premium paid to the reinsurer is relatively small. The ceding company will retain greater premium income if compared to original term basis, where the insurer must share the original premium until policy matured. So remember, the premium paid to the reinsurer, premium paid by the insurer to the reinsurer under risk premium is quite small, and they will retain the original premium, but they have to pay certain amount of premium to the reinsurer. But this amount of premium paid by the insurer to the reinsurer is quite small because it is based on a reducing amount of sum insured from one year to another year. And this sum insured is reduced because of the cash value. So that is why the premium paid to the insurer is quite small. So there is a benefit to the insurer because they are able to retain more original premium income. Number 4, however, under the original term reinsurance basis, reinsurer pays overriding commission which can reduce the burden of expenses. Okay, remember, when it comes to original term, whatever cost incurred by the insurer, such as commission, the cost to pay commission to the agent is shared by the reinsurer. So reinsurer will have to pay certain portion of this commission to the insurer. So this is a benefit when using original term basis, which is not available under risk premium. So those are the four differences, basic differences between the risk premium and the original term basis. Okay, I hope you enjoy this class. Thank you very much. Oh my God.